Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm at home in my flat in Rochester, Kent. We've had a few distressing things happen. It seems like nobody's willing to help me or delve into or investigate what's going on. So we're just taking it easy. There's no point in getting cross because these imbeciles, they want you to get angry and react to the lack of help and support. But you've got to understand that I've got two forms of help now. I'm getting help over the phone on Thursday from a online counselling service. I'm going to see somebody face to face about my trauma and what's going on upstairs. So I'm going to be able to talk about it in a separate environment to housing and the police. So an outside body are going to hear me talking about the distress I'm having from my upstairs neighbour and harassment from outside with backup from photographs and evidence, because I've logged it all down on my phone and I've taken photographs and I'm recording the noise nuisance, including abusive swearing and bad language. So when I go to the support service, I can actually show them proof that I'm being harassed and intimidated, and the police and the housing are doing nothing about it. I've got proof, so there's no need to get cross and retaliate to these imbeciles. There's no need to get cross and retaliate. They're all going to get into trouble because I'm going to outside bodies. If the housing do not respond to my complaint properly, which they're not doing at the moment, so we've got a stage 1 complaint, so we're going to a stage 2. I believe you go to a stage 3 and then you've got to go to the ombudsman, and then I'm seeking advice from a solicitor, so possibly the newspapers and the TV, because this is ridiculous. They keep making excuses for everything, serious crimes, which is a massive cover-up, and it needs to come out in the open. There's so many people that go onto YouTube and do podcasts about how they've suffered sexual abuse by their father, how they've done this and done that, and they've not been supported by people like the police. And I want to tell my story, and I think I've got every right to do so, and these people are scared, so they're trying to intimidate me using vehicles, and I don't know who these people are doing it. I don't know them personally. I don't want to. I'm a single woman. I live by myself. I don't want a relationship with anybody because I'm working through childhood trauma. So Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 5:15 p.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Tuesday, the 16th of September.
Do forgive me, I get worn out. The guy upstairs and his kids are just non-stop morning till night, and I think I mistakenly said it was Wednesday. I do apologise, it's Tuesday. Days drift into each other when you're trying to write logs, write emails to the housing and the police. They're not listening. The emails bounce back. The police don't even give me an incident number, which is serious. And I have to keep writing emails, phoning 101, and they don't listen. Some young woman answers and it doesn't go anywhere. So basically, if we start from this afternoon, me, Crystal, I'm Crystal and I'm a woman. I'm certainly not a man. I don't even look like a man or dress like a man, so I don't know where that's coming from on Facebook this evening. So basically, I've screenshotted the Facebook messages I'm getting calling me a man. That's been screenshotted because I'm being treated like a man and mistreated. So that's been taken down as evidence. Every Facebook message has been taken down and screenshotted as evidence, because they're saying it's all in my head and I'm making it up, even I'm doing it myself, even though this guy is claiming to be from Tunisia. On Facebook this afternoon, he's claiming to be from Tunisia, asking me personal questions, and then saying, I know you're a man. I'm not a man, I'm a woman. So that's been screenshotted and are going to be sent over to the police. I'm just going to keep emailing them all this evidence and they can't deny the fact. So basically this afternoon, I went out at my usual time of 2 o'clock and it was absolutely quiet. So there was no vehicles by the co-op. There was no vehicles directly hanging about with stupid number plates. There was nothing like that going on. So I was able to walk outside with Max, my Chihuahua, around the Rochester side field on my own with no problems at all. There was no grass cutters, there was nobody like that about. And all that I noticed was when I walked past the Mercedes-Benz building, it was quiet. When I walked past it, it sounded like a dentist drill going off. And of course, I'm obviously a bit wary about what I look like, so that reminds me of the dentist. Made me go like that. I carried on walking with my head up high, and I walked around the field and came home. I went out last night. I went by the castle and the cathedral, but I won't be doing that tonight, obviously, because they get, they try and they'll stick stooges and people there to cause you harm emotionally. So I won't be going around that area this evening. I should be sticking to local where I live, because they try and stop you getting enjoyment out of life. They suck the life out of you. They suck the enjoyment out of your life. They're narcissistic. They have very, very sad, pathetic lives when they need to stalk me, come home as quick as they can, and then start the harassment. I mean, it's childish behaviour, but it's all being noted down and logged. I don't want to be part of their life. I've got my own. I lost my children, one of them into foster care. I don't want to have anything to do with somebody else's children. So how they say this and that about me is a load of rubbish. I lost a child into foster care. Why would I want to take somebody else's children on in my life when I lost my child into care? Through social services failure, like the police, not to investigate things. So I have gone through deep set trauma. I have lost a child into care, and I've had to live without my child for nearly 20 years. And I hold my head up high and I carry on. I've got no choice. And asking me questions I've just been sent a form, guys, through from the NHS, asking me if I would be better off dead, giving me a form with a question in it saying, do I think I would be better off dead right now when I've gone through all this stress from upstairs, which isn't very nice and it's bad timing. So I came back from a walk. The post that I had this morning, because my mum is eccentric and she keeps saying she's the daughter of God. My mother, Jennifer, keeps mentioning God. So we've got Beyond Today, Prayer for God's Kingdom. The UN at 80. My mother, Jennifer, is 79. My dad would have been 80 this year. Derek would have been. So we've got the UN at 80. I'm in my 50s. Complete conspiracy and cover up. My age. Every time I ring the police, what's your name? What's your date of birth? And it just same bullshit. Cover up conspiracy. This has come from Watford. That's my post today. Got the letters from their readers at the back. So a massive conspiracy and a cover up. So I came back into my flat and I was feeling a bit, I've had a headache from this morning. I'm eating. I've had chili con carne, which is rice and like kidney beans and mince. So I've had chili con carne for lunch. I've eaten. But when you're under stress and you're not getting any support, it's hard to eat and sleep. So the police asked me for my email address this morning. I've had no word from the police, no incident number, no idea of what they're going to do. This young woman called me, and that's been going on for the past 15 years. Young women ringing on the phone and not doing their job properly. Just passing it off as like it's in my head and stuff. I'm sure she did write the incident down. I still haven't had the incident number or any confirmation that she's read my report or what she's done with it. No one's called me back. I've obviously not going to get PC Sage to call me back because I made a complaint against him for not doing his job properly. So I was in my flat and then the phone rang and it was from Leeds, and it was Hyde Housing in Leeds, Hyde Housing, and it was Mr. Weeks telling me that he's dealt with my stage 1 complaint and he can't really find anything wrong, asking me if I want to escalate it to a stage 2 complaint. This is Hyde Housing and I'm escalating it to a stage 2 complaint because they're trying to brush it under the carpet. I've sent them logs, I've sent photographs. They're telling me that downstairs is completely normal to have holes in the walls. It's completely normal to have bits of the wall off. And if I need to report a repair to the housing, I can do so. And I've sent pictures of the disparate repair in the flats and the bin store to Hyde Housing already. And all they've done is had the bin store cleaned out, and we've got 2 mouse traps. One in the bin store, and there's a trap somewhere else in the meter cupboard. So when I go and put my electricity on, there's a mouse bait box, and in the bin store there's a mouse bait box because there was a mouse hovering about in the bin store. Hyde Housing is very slow to respond to complaints. There's loads of bad reviews about them, and a lot of cases have escalated to the Ombudsman. So Mr. Wicks contacted me with an Australian accent, Australian, and he left me a voicemail which is recorded on my phone, and I've responded to his email and escalated it to a stage 2 complaint. It will go on to an MP or the Ombudsman, but Catherine, Lauren Edwards' personal assistant, hasn't got back to me. She said she was going to phone me back. She hasn't. The bin store rubbish has now been got rid of, but now there's a chair in there, a swivel chair with a piss stain on it. So apparently Tom Coveney says there's no problem. That's what Mr. Weeks told me. Tom Coveney's inspected the building and there's no problem. I haven't seen Tom Coveney in this building at all, not in the surrounding area. And bear in mind that Mr. Weeks is phoning from Hyde Housing in Leeds, not Rochester, Leeds. Leeds is a long way away from Rochester. So I tried to ring Hyde Housing to get through to Mr. Weeks and I couldn't, and I thought, right, I'm not going to keep ringing the phone for hours, that's going to cause me pain. And a car started parking outside my bedroom window with the music blasting whilst I was trying to get through to Hyde Housing. So like it's a complete joke. Car outside my bedroom with its stereo on full blast while I'm trying to get on the phone to Hyde Housing. There was a skateboarder coming down on the path as well. So, you know, it's like whatever you say is a joke and no one takes any notice. So I took advice on what to do. I told someone about Mr. Weeks' correspondence. They read his email and they told me to escalate it to stage 2. It's not good enough. He told me that they're not taking my complaint seriously, that the neighbours will continue to carry on doing what they're doing if the housing and the police don't do anything about it, which is true. It's absolutely true. And I've written out a big long letter escalating this to a stage 2 complaint, noting down what they haven't done. They haven't even come out to investigate it. They're based in Leeds. How the hell does he know what's going on when he's in Leeds? This is Rochester. I mean, really? So there you go. That's what's been going on. And I finished the email with a load of noise and activity going on above my head, which was extremely difficult trying to write an email when you've got thundering footsteps on the ceiling. I was going like that, shaking. Managed to press the send button, so Mr. Weeks has got this stage 2 complaint with how I felt about how he dealt with it. He didn't do anything at all, did he? Trying to brush me under the carpet like the police. Then I tried to calm down, listen to some music because their noise got unbearable. I put some music on and they start stamping on the ceiling because I've got music on, trying to cover up their noise. So then basically I made myself a cup of coffee, tried to relax, and somebody on Facebook from Tunisia starts calling me a man. And there's a black male ticket inspector outside the road. So they send me a picture of a black male with no shirt on. So I get sent a picture of a black male with his chest showing. And basically, there's a black male ticket inspector coming down the road. I stay safely indoors with the doors shut and everything locked because I don't feel safe in my property or outside. I don't mean inside my flat on my own, I do, but I mean outside it, being followed about by neighbours nosing, and the smells. That flat neighbour there keeps cooking heavy food smells. They cover up cannabis with perfume and strong aftershave. It's to cover up the cannabis use so you don't smell their cannabis. And sometimes there's a neighbour hovering in the hallway when I'm coming back and I just get out the way. So Hyde Housing not doing anything about the issues, they're just escalating and getting worse, and so are the police. Me, I think there's an undercover conspiracy involving high up people, because every time I report something, nothing happens and I just get funny things happening. A car right after the phone call telling me they're not doing anything about my housing complaint, a fucking nuisance car outside my bedroom window with its stereo on full blast. Sorry I'm shouting, but I'm covering up noise. So basically, I then get this email from the NHS, from the counselling service, asking me, oh, what am I feeling right now after obviously the housing has told me they're not dealing with the complaint. The police don't do anything. I'm in my flat isolated by myself with no help and support. My son's tried to contact social services. They're not fucking doing anything. Meanwhile, this noise above my head is getting to a level where I feel like smashing the flat apart. And I've got an appointment for phone counselling on Thursday, and this lady hasn't got back to a date where I'm having a face-to-face counselling appointment. I'm just being left to escalate. I'm either going to go crazy or they want me to kill myself. Because I get a message saying, do you think you'd be better off dead? After I've had all this today, do I feel like I'm better off dead? No. I don't feel like I would be better off dead, thank you. And how is the time with all this shit that's happened today, if that's not done on purpose itself? So all these professional bodies do nothing to help me. I've got this twat making a load of noise above my head and thinking he's going to get away with it. Then I get asked, do you feel like you would be better off dead, Crystal? Absolutely not. I've got to take my dog out for this evening after all this absolute bollocks and bullshit. I'm not happy at all, but I wouldn't say that I'd be better off dead. It's like they want to push you to the edge. So basically, guys, I've got Mr. Weeks' voicemail, but it's 3 minutes long and it sounds Australian. 3 minutes long it is, telling me that, oh, making excuses for everything, like they do. Making excuses for, I've not even seen anybody. I've seen the cleaners, but I haven't seen Tom Coveney or anybody else in the area. They're going to be forced to do something because I'm not going to stop. It's ridiculous. They keep making excuses. Oh, the car came on you on the road. They don't ask to see the footage. So it's okay for people to drive on the fucking pavement, is it? No wonder it's lawless Britain and people are getting run over whilst they're going to do a normal journey to do their shopping. It's all done to frighten and intimidate. I have to go outside. I can't keep staying indoors. I mean, all because I went out yesterday and got a bit of fresh air near the castle and the cathedral. They're trying to make my life fucking miserable, so I'm stuck indoors. Because they're jealous, because they're afraid of truth coming out, because they're just wankers that are narcissistic, that want to control my life. I'm trying to do this video, they're banging next door, there's noise coming from upstairs, they can piss off. I'm followed around in the corridor, I go outside, I get barked at, I'm piss off. Why haven't you got things to do with your own life? You're so fascinated with mine. I mean, it's bloody ridiculous. I can't even step out my front door. Don't fucking intimidate me. I'm a grown adult, I'm a woman. They're not intimidating me. I just don't want to have anything to do with them. I don't want to get into conversations with them. I don't want to see what they've got. I just want to enjoy my life and get on with it. Do you think I want to get up out of bed and see things out the window? I mean, I prefer if it's a fucking brick wall or a fucking, I don't know, I don't know. I don't want to see people walking up and down the road showing off. In fact, I have lived at a property where the view was a brick wall. And at least you don't get people walking up and down the path when you're trying to wash up or fucking get ready for bed. If there's a brick wall outside, do you? Absolutely ridiculous. I'll be sat down watching the television and they want to make themselves heard. I mean, really, why would you want to make yourself heard in a derogatory, negative manner? I mean, if they were nice and supportive and they went around helping people, yes, but they're just trying to make a nuisance of themselves. Start swearing. It's not clever to shout fuck off and pussy. It's not a clever thing to do, especially from children, because that reflects back on the parents. Children learn from their parents, so obviously someone's been shouting fuck off and pussy and they're copying the behaviour. There's no way that I'm going to blame children for aggressive, violent and swearing language when it's obviously they've learnt it from the parents. So I wouldn't even engage or go near that kind of behaviour. I've got to protect myself. If I think I'm in danger from the neighbours, I'm going to call 999 and that they'll have to help. So guys, at the moment I've just had an email asking me if I feel like I'd be better off dead. And that's really bad timing. It's just bad timing, isn't it? I've sent it off, I've sent it back to the NHS department telling them no, I don't think I'd be better off dead. We had this in Gloucestershire as well with the fake police. Banging on doors at 4 a.m. Do you feel like harming yourself? Do you feel like committing suicide at 4 o'clock in the morning, waking me up out of my bed? The police up in Gloucester asking me if I felt like harming myself up in Gloucestershire at 4 in the bloody morning. So this is what someone said to me. Oh, so Crystal, when you heard do you feel better off dead, is a really direct question, and it can feel shocking to be asked it. It's okay to find it upsetting. A few plain points to help you decide how to answer and what to do next. Be honest. These assessments are there to measure risk, so honest answers help them get you the right support. If you sometimes think about being better off dead but wouldn't act on it, say that sometimes occasionally. If you have active thoughts, write that. If you've made plans or have a way to end your life, say that clearly. That changes how quickly they must respond. No, it's not. I don't feel better off dead. This is someone trying to help me, telling me if I do feel better off dead, what to do. I don't feel like, see, this has come back saying I don't, no, I don't feel better off dead. So even these support things fail. They come out with this. I said I don't feel better off dead. So they're coming back. Well, if you do this. Well, I don't. Thank you. I mean, that's what the Samaritans are there for, and crisis numbers. This is just adding to the stress I'm getting and the pressure. And at Victoria Road, it drove me round the bend and I went to bed for a week. I went to bed for a week and I wouldn't go outside because it was pissing me off. All this stress, police, my child being taken away, the police not doing anything. It just got on top of me. I just went to bed and put the covers over my head and I hardly went out for a week. But I wouldn't say I felt like ending my life, no. It's too much pressure on one person without any support. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And can you tell me why people are staging ridiculous things and then laughing at me when I'm going through all this stress and pain? It's upsetting. And it's not fucking funny. Anybody else would have cracked under the pressure that I've gone through this past 3 weeks from this crap going upstairs, these twats outside driving on the pavement trying to intimidate me. Anyone would have lost their fucking temper. But no, I don't feel like I would be better off dead.